Alright, I'm here. What's up, Wicked? Thanks for dropping into chat. Oh. Raid from Kami Saze. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. Today we're going to work on a little logic in OLYEON editor. We're going to be working on variables that are global that you can save to the database. Persist across all sessions stored in database. Community-wide. Community-wide persistent global variables. That's what we're messing around with today. Go West, good to see ya. OG Shakespeare, what's up? Hope you had a good stream. Hope your LAMP progress was good. Alright, let me get in the zone. Play game for fun, what's up? So this is the idea around this game. I don't really have the world built out yet, but in like 95 Windows 95 background, that would be super awesome. I loved your backrooms tiles, those looked really good. But I'm going to explore how people can see ambiguous images differently. So one of the game ideas I did so far was, how do I get to my experience? It's easy. Something called the Stroop effect, where in the experiment you have to say the color out loud, or you have to say what the ink color is. So if it's blue, then you'll have to say yellow. And this is blue even though it says green, so you have to say blue. But in my game you just push a button. So it's like a Psych 101 idea. The Stroop effect is like something like a concept that you would learn in Psych 101. Also, ambiguous images is something that you would learn in Psych 101. So basically the idea is you come up to this picture, and the game, this game's called Split Vote, and the game's gonna be like, do you see a duck or do you see a rabbit? Okay, nothing's set up yet, but you can get the idea of how you could see a bunny in the image, but it could also be a duck in this image. And so I'm gonna build a system that keeps track of all the votes, and then it finds the average of the votes. And we'll do some sort of reconciliation of the numbers after you teleport. And so the player will be able to see the numbers of like how many votes there were and how many people saw a duck versus saw a rabbit. This is another classical one where you can see, well, I won't ruin them all if you're not familiar with the ambiguous images and you want to vote. But today we're going to set up, you can see both, yeah, absolutely. The trick with ambiguous images is it looks like one thing until you see the other thing it can look like. And then you can see both. And the main ideas that you kind of like when you study this idea is it's kind of like human psychology around how people can fight while they're looking at the same thing. They're looking at the same thing. They both, one group sees a rabbit, one group sees a duck. They're both right in a sense. And until you see it until you see the bunny and you see the duck, it's impossible to see it both ways. So the groups will be steadfast in their arguments. They will be right until they're proven wrong. And then it's like, it really shows you their human nature and how they react to being wrong. That's a really extreme case, but that's kind of world politics boiled down to what it really is, you know? No, you could, absolutely. This is just a tutorial, so you could take it and do whatever you want. For this one, it's going to be this or that, or the split vote. So when you're playing this the first time, this is just like an example of what you could do, but you can absolutely go back and set it up however you would like. So, what we need to do is build variables. I think I kind of have an idea of how this could be done easily. So let's go into the variables and let's try to I'm thinking of what I should name them. I'll just name it like let me see here. I had some notes. Make sure I do it how I'm thinking of I want to do it. Okay. Sorry. So let's look at this. So let's try to make some sort of variables that make sense if you're going to use this as a template. So it would be like, you would need the total amount of votes on that door. Go with vote. Vote 0 total. Something like that. I'll wrap my head around better names in the future. It's going to be an integer. It's going to be global. Vote 0 choice choice 1 total. I don't know, that might be more confusing than just using the names. I go duck rabbit. duck, rabbit, total. Vote duck. Vote duck total. Vote rabbit total. And then there would be a number for like, this would be a float because it could be percentages. So you divide integers by each other, you could get a float. And so this would be like percentage. I'm just going to use the symbol. Percentage duck percentage rabbit. And then potentially we could lock the vote so people could only vote once, but I don't really want to do that for now. I think I also need at least one more variable for sure, though, that's going to be a local variable that we don't save. But I'm going to use this variable to let the player choose. So this would be like player vote. So we have total amount of votes, the amount of votes that are duck, the amount of votes that are rabbit, and then a variable for the percentage for the duck and a variable for the percentage of the rabbit. So that would be 5 variables per door. I was going to have some sort of like make it so the world building didn't allow you to get back. So let's just try to get this one built out, and maybe we'll use banners for now. You can also show the variable with speakers, so potentially do that as well. But this one right here is going to have a trigger volume. Let's get this trigger volume zoned in. Whoops. probably go a little bigger there. And so this is where the message will be. It'll be like, vote duck. It has the floating UI of this. Alright, so I copied that trigger volume component. Now I'm going to paste it to this one. So it's got everything except for you want to vote rabbit. So there'd be, let's put a folder in here for duck rabbit. So we'll need a board. First thing I'm going to do is go admin on this board. We're going to do on player join. We're going to say on player join. And we'll also give myself player name. Make it a text. A local. You can put these on the HUD to keep track of them. 100%. Also take care of that quick. So let's add a variable group. Let's make the font a little bigger so we can keep track of all of our variables over here. Variable display, we'll just throw them all in variable group 1 for now. Bring it down a little bit. Alright, now let's create a new board. Rename it Duck Rabbit. Okay, so I think I want edit number value. So if we vote duck, we're going to grab player vote. We don't have to go through all this hoopla for now. Let's just grab a math. So if you vote duck, I'm thinking if I want to skip over the player vote variable or not, just use this message. I'm just going to use this message for now. We can go back and add it. So if I'm going to vote duck, then we're going to have to total duck vote. Add 1. And we can also add 1 to the total. Should probably do it in a chain so that it's always the right. Nothing gets ahead of another, I guess. Vote duck. Vote duck. Vote duck step 2. Vote duck step 3. So we're going to add 1 to the duck total. We're going to add 1 to the total. Because I think it's just easiest that way. And then step 3 would be division. So you would have to take your vote duck total divided by vote duck rabbit total, and that's your duck percentage duck. Vote duck step 4. It's pretty much, well, no. At the same time, you would say rabbit, a new rabbit. That'd be your percentage rabbit. And then vote duck step 4 would be some sort of like announcement. Yeah, that one is 3. Let's put 4 over here so I don't get confused. If I select all of these and I control Z, I can paste them in. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So it's going to double up right here, and I want to say, actually, let's just make 2 boards so this isn't confusing. I should still have those. Board. Rename. Duck of duck wrap. Let's go ahead and duplicate this board, rename it. This is the rabbit of duck rabbit. Alright, so we're going to vote rabbit. Vote rabbit. Vote rabbit step 2. Vote rabbit step 3. Step 3. Vote rabbit step 3. Vote rabbit step 3. Vote rabbit step 4. So vote rabbit total, rabbit, and then we're gonna also add 1 to the duck rabbit total, so that won't change. Let's just divide rabbit first, and then do duck after. And this one should be 3. Okay, So that should work pretty much, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a shape. We will give it... We will give it no collisions and give it like just a zigzag pattern to change it up. I'm going to give it a checkpoint. I should create a template for myself out of the obby template I built. Put these together. I don't know if it matters so much for this one. Let's just say that this checkpoint is checkpoint, and it also has a trigger volume on it. Doesn't need to be so big. For now, let's just do it like this. It's going to broadcast to itself. Actually, what I am going to do here just for this version, let's do a prompt component instead, because I can say that I only want to do that once. This is for local, because I just want this for the checkpoint, and I only want it to happen once. So it's going to detect every avatar in range. Look at you off. Broadcast to self. And the message to send. Check. Whoops. Checkpoint. So the checkpoint should only go off once. I also want teleport. Is that what it's called? Avatar teleportation. And we're going to teleport individual to entity to self. Right on top of it, instantly. Message unfinished, nothing. Message required. This could be vote duck. Or it could be vote rabbit. Alright, let's give that a save. Great start. Oh. Vote duck. Vote duck. Vote rabbit. Why can't I get to this one? That was dumb. Let's just leave those back there. Let's also take collision off of them. Trigger volume. Enter message. Vote duck. Maybe I'm just not getting far enough into the asset. That must have been it. So if we take collisions off, you'll be able to walk through them far enough. Bring that back a little bit so I can touch it easier with the mouse. Grab this, grab this, grab this. Bring it back to where you were, please. All right. Let's get rid of this snap. I want this to be just like right on the grass. Bang, bang, boom. I think it's pretty much it, except for we need to do some math, some more math. So we're gonna do a step 4. We want to show proper percentage. We're gonna do more logic rules. Okay, so we're going to take this message and we're going to take duck percentage, multiply it by 100, and that's duck percentage. And then rabbit, multiply it by 100, rabbit. Let's see. I wonder if I can control hold and then copy those two. Let's go to rabbit duck, paste these in. Same difference except for these have to get changed. Vote rabbit step 4. %. So next would be some sort of display. let's go ahead and use a cone right here. Because I want to test these things. So let's put a cone right here with a prompt. I forget how you put the variable in. I guess we will test. So in the prompt, we could probably go like, maybe you just put these around it. I don't remember. And let's say we do this with a message. The message would be vote duck or vote rabbit. This would be, though, step 4. Give myself another board. Let's call this player banners. So banner. Step 4. Vote duck step 4 for 1 second. You can show one variable at a time. I don't know what to call it exactly. Let's just try that for now. Alright, I'm going to check one of my other games quick to see how I showed variables. Come on. I want this computer. Maybe there's another easier one. I don't exactly remember. Oh my gosh, I can't grab anything in here right now. What's it even called? Hangar computer? Oh, exclamation point. I don't know how that works with spaces. Maybe I can't have spaces. Maybe the slash breaks it. Maybe the semicolon breaks it. Let's just try to show this. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Vote total. Vote rabbit total. Percentage duck. Percentage rabbit. Then this one would be total rabbit votes. See if these work. It seems that symbols break it, which is fine. Percentage. Percentage. Percentage only showed 1. Alright, I'm gonna move this closer. We're gonna turn off checkpoint for a minute. Mm. Oh, because I'm showing the float. Wait. Yeah. I don't know why it's not showing to get multiplied by 100 though. $5,000. What happened about that 5,000? Okay, this is why. Oh no, it's not. Vote rabbit. I'm sure it's some sort of dumb mistake I'm making in here. Rabbit total, rabbit total. Oh, I get it. Actually, no, I don't get it. Alright, well, we're getting closer. We've had some good progress today. Got some stuff done. Rabbit. 100%. 100%. I might need to add some sort of like a little bit of timer between things. So stuff have a little bit of time. Go to rabbit, go back to duck. Should be 50%. But things seem to get messed up when I go back to rabbit. Now we're at 60-40. Two-thirds. Percentage duck goes out of whack. Percentage duck goes out of whack. Because of this right here. This should be vote duck rabbit total. There we go. Or no. This should be duck total, not duck percentage. That's why it's going out of whack. There we go. So I just need to think about how I want to portray these to people the best. But I think this is pretty much working. I mean, I could publish this and test it. We have the first one a little bit done. So I need to just polish the spawn and how we show all this information off. But yeah, potentially this is going to be a way for everybody that hops on Eon to make a vote and then have that vote last forever until the database gets reset. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty much working, I think. I'm gonna push an update here. Or not push an update, but publish it. The split vote. I don't know what I should put here. We'll just do that for now. Decide how you want to vote. And your vote will be saved forever. Should be able to be a multiplayer game. We can turn on mobile. Update. Actually, really quick, I want to go into mobile, and I want a move joystick. I want a jump button. Turn shoot off, turn fire off, turn swap, and reload. Alright, now let's push a new update. Oh, I forgot to change the checkpoint. Whatever, it's fine. Might reset the data. But we can get in here and see if this data persists globally. Or see if I can see you in the experience. Vote for Duck. Boop. Vote for Rabbit. Vote for Duck. Weird that it still shows the float version on the prompts. Alright, let's exit this. Did not save. Didn't seem to be working yet. I think. I mean, it is changing then. Audience. I'm saying that it's only local though. That might be... I don't know. Let's try. It's not capturing the new views. Let's see if I change that to everyone instead of local. Duck. 100% duck. Didn't update. I'm gonna hop on my phone and see if I can get in the same instance. Newest. Split vote. Play. Yeah, I don't see myself in the server. I don't see any saved variables. can see there's one person playing, but I'm never able to get in the same server as them yet. The same instance. I can't see their votes. And yeah, I don't see their avatar. Alright. Well, it was good progress today. Put together a good test. Some things have to get cleaned up a little bit. But this is right here, ready to test it out and ready to utilize it when it works. Alright, everybody. Much love. I'm going to sign off for today. I have some work emails. Then we're going to make some lunch for the kids. But yeah, don't do anything I wouldn't do out there. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And if tomorrow we'll be working on a 10x10 memory game with 50 different colors. That's the idea. So we're going to do the 10x10 grid memory game. But I really need to wrap that around my head. Thanks, Play Game for Fun. We're gonna build a deck. We're gonna build a deck for it, and then we're gonna build an array. And then we're gonna build the game board. So once those three things work, we should have memory. And I'll put all that stuff on the marketplace, so you should be able to use it. Everything I have made, I'm going to be listing on the marketplace, so you can use it if you want. But yeah, reach out if you have any ideas for templates that you would like made, or logic that you would like made. Much love, everybody. By the way, what? What's up? You haven't tested on tablet? It works on my phone. Landscape, it works okay. Portrait, it still works, but it looks goofy. You're gonna get like 100 in a row. There's no time limit on the memory, so like you could potentially, you know, take your time, write it down. But that's not super fun. It is a possibility though, because I didn't put a timer on it. It says it won't be mobile friendly. I don't know. I said that it's a mobile, it has the mobile version. I don't remember. I think I turned everything off for mobile. Let me see. Settings, yeah, I turned everything off for mobile. In the gameplay when you try to set it up? I'm not sure. Whoops, it says that too. I'm not sure. Maybe you could send me a screenshot of it or something. Or you can send it to Cyber Dragon in the Discord. Alright, yeah, but much love, everybody. I'm gonna bounce. There is a competition going on for the memory game, so get in there. 250 coins. And you can use those coins right here on the generation, which is pretty cool. I put together some assets I'm using for generating in the game. But yeah, as I explore this, I created a truss, like a Roblox thing where they climb up and down. That's pretty cool. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. Much love, everybody. I appreciate you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll talk to you later.